Hey everyone, I'm right here next to a person that probably needs no introduction, but I will still go for it because he likes it.
I do.
So I'm next to Jimmy Broadbent here at the MOZA booth, Gamescom 2025, Hall 10.1, in case you're looking for us. Jimmy, first of all, great to have you.
Great to be here.
Yeah, I was like, no, you're looking good.
Yeah, nice.
Mainly due to the shirt.
Nice matching shirt. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
Nice little embroidery. You can't see that. There you go. Down there as well.
One day we'll go for the same haircut, see if that makes me more famous, you know?
I think I'll stay at this one.
No, we're going there. I actually got a ton of questions for you, so let's see if we can get through there and get some nice answers, right? So first one is obviously your journey. By now, that's a fairly long one. You're on this world for quite a few years already. He's old. I'm older, okay. So how was that transition from being like a sim racer to now all of a sudden being a real racer? Like, do you see yourself like that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I am really. I'm a weird, uncategorized thing in the racing world. I mean, obviously, you know, my career started very much on sim rigs and just doing like R Factor and set of course and stuff like that. And then recently, in the last few years, in real racing cars. But it's definitely prepared me. Like, I couldn't have done any of the stuff that I do now without having this sim practice. I mean, I drive with someone at Nürburgring who's had a ton of experience. And I can go there and drive on par with him just from my sim experience. I mean, that's mad, I think.
Should have said just magic.
Yeah, it's just magic.
Like,
I'm just that good.
Magic skills confirmed. That's
Talent.
just Jimmy. He does it like, there's no clue how. But you already said it's based on sim racing. Obviously, you're the MOZA brand ambassador, right? Which is why we're here at Gamescom. So can you give me like an overview? Like if I would ask you for something like top 3 products.
Oh man.
Because I want to be famous in the real racing driver somewhere as well, not just a privateer, you know, I want to have everything paid. Like
okay, so my personal favorite top 3, first of all, number 1 is the M booster pedal, because of the forced feedback feel, or the feel on the brake pedal. It like pretty much matches what ABS feels like in real life, which I think is super impressive. And also gives you like a little bit of feel as well, because you kind of think sometimes maybe an ABS pedal is just vibration, but like it's not. You know, you can feel it sort of get less intense as you're slowing down. It really is like a very natural feeling thing. So that's number 1. Number 2, FSR rim, because I use it all the time for everything.
Yeah.
I drive a lot of prototypes and sim, a lot of GT cars. It's just perfect for that. And number 3, no, I'm saying that, you know the ES wheel, like the standard entry-level ES wheel.
Oh, the round shape one.
Yeah. I love that thing. It's tinier and it's really good for like driving old Formula cars and stuff like that. Plus a ton of buttons, so yeah, perfect.
So just, you set the booster pedal obviously, so you want to tell me you drive real life with assists on? Your race car got ABS.
I know. I've got
a real sim racer, dude.
I've got real life racing line on too. No, that's how it is.
That would be like a HUD system in the car. You never know. Is that also the M-Boost pedal? Is that what you use most then? Is that your most convenient MOZA item?
Yeah, I mean, like you can use it in every sim, you know. So you just turn it on, it goes, okay, we're in this sim. You've got a car with ABS, you've got a car without ABS, and it just understands what's going on. So, yeah, for me, it's what I use most.
Okay. We already established that we're old, right?
Yeah, very old.
Obviously, congratulations on becoming a dad.
Thank you, yeah.
That's a big thing, right? A big change.
I've added some years, actually, doing that.
I'm not quite sure, like I have no kids and I still look like this. So, how's that? Do you already plan, like, you know, when you talk to football dads, they're all like, yeah, I will make 11 of them to have my own team. You're already planning to get your son into sim racing? Is that the next step?
Dude, we already have, like, you know those toys with the steering wheels on?
Yeah.
We have like 4 of those, and we just place them around him, so like wherever he goes there's a steering wheel. He cannot escape it.
He will go, like, as soon as he can talk, he's like, not interested in cars, not steering wheels, can't see them anymore.
When he was like a newborn, and I was out of him all night, you know, just because he's crying, I literally sit with him here, and we put on the Kevin Estra, 10th to 1st or whatever it is in the ring. I'm like, watch this. He's like, so yeah, he's
stunned
there.
by Kevin Estra.
He's already there.
Stunned. Is that what can you get him to sleep with car sounds already? Or driving him around?
We haven't tried, he always goes to sleep in the car, but we haven't tried driving sounds yet. Maybe we'll try that.
Yeah.
I'll tell my girlfriend.
Just imagine like a good rotary engine, 9,000 RPM,
nice.
RX-7.
High-pitched noise.
I think that will go down well. Try that out, let me know.
I'll let you know.
Send me a message. We obviously know that the sim racing space by now has a ton of brands. Luckily, we're growing sim racing. Let's be real, like compared to back in the days, right? Why was it MOZA that you ended up being a brand ambassador with? Like, what connects you to the brand?
I think a couple of things really. I mean, like, as you say, a lot of other brands in sim racing who were around for a long time, I think kind of were like, okay, we've done it now, and that's it, we're done. And then MOZA come out of nowhere and go, right, okay, here's like this range of direct drive wheels that are also accessible, which is important for me as well, because you know, when I started doing sim racing, I barely scraped money together to get my first low-end wheel. And a direct drive wheel, as you'll know, back then was like £5,000 or £6,000 to buy.
And you had to build them yourself.
Yeah.
Couldn't buy them off
Exactly.
the shelf.
It's super inconvenient. And now you can buy...
TV was also black and white, don't worry about that one.
Yeah, we had wind-up cars, coal. No, but we and now you can buy a direct drive wheel for the same cost as an entry-level wheel from elsewhere, which I think is insane. So yeah, I love that MOZA are sort of going down this route of their products.
You said already they did things different than everything at MOZA. Like, is there a specific feature or wish list item that you have that you would love to see like happening as a feature within sim racing hardware with MOZA, for example?
That's an interesting one. I mean, like, I've really enjoyed of the releases they've had so far, all their trucking stuff, and the stalks and stuff like that, because you see a lot of the sim brands, they focus on racing, which is fair enough, because racing is sort of where most of the audience is. But the Euro Truck, I think, has been in like the top 100 of Steam for something like 5 years, some ridiculous amount of time. It's a very popular game.
So is Farming Simulator.
Yeah, so that's there too. So really cool to see all this stuff here. But for me, like, everything that I want is already in there. There's something more that I can think that I'd want as a feature on any of his wheels.
You could even have your turn signals stopped now by MOZA on the truck wheel and everything.
Well, you know, I own a BMW in real life, so I don't know what they are.
True, yeah.
I've never heard of it.
And there's no Subaru edition where you press for the water spray. Because it's not pull on the Subaru, it's pressing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I know that because I got stopped by police and they said my washer's not working because they pulled it. Really, like I got a penalty for that. And I was like, you have to press. And then like, Subaru owners know what I'm talking about.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry that you have to go through that. We already quickly touched up on, obviously, sim racing being the base for your real life racing, and that is working really, really well for you. Can you give me a bit of an example of what it is? Like, is there a specific thing where you said, like, that gives me the upper hand due to sim racing, or that helped me the most?
I think because where I started my career, I started like an amateur style racing, as most people do. I say that, I started in a prototype. It didn't feel very amateur, but it was an amateur series. And if you turn up to that, a lot of people say, well, I've got to go learn the circuit, I've got to go learn the gears for the corner, and they spend 2 or 3 test sessions doing that. Whereas I turn up, I know it. I know it already. And I know the circuit already.
Because it's a mod in the Assetto Corsa.
Yeah, exactly. Because of some obscure mod in Assetto Corsa. I mean, I once did a GT4 test at a circuit called Almeria, which you probably haven't heard of. It's in Spain, it's like a motorbike circuit, but sometimes BMW tests there. I went on sim and learned it. So I turned up, first session I knew where I was going, didn't waste any time. And you can then just like work on lap time and not just the boring stuff of like, oh, do I brake here, do I accelerate here? I mean, at the Nordschleife, I'd say on lap 3, I was flat through the foxhole in our 330i, like my first lap ever around there. So I knew I could do it.
Did you? I would try to describe one of my feelings and see if you had the same. Like when I switched from sim racing to real racing, the very first time I was driving a Cayman GT4 with the pedal shifter, and I told myself like, do not race hard because you can't afford crashing it. And then I drove down GP, like was at Nürburgring, and I did like 3 GP laps just to get warmed up. And the very first time down to T1, I was like going through gears. I was like, oh, it feels like sim racing, and I went immediately full on it. Like, did you have the same? Like, that you threw away the safety net, and it's just like, oh, it feels like home?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do have the initial like, oh my God, this could be terrible if I make a mistake. But I think after a while, you start to like unlock all that experience you've got in sim racing, because, you know, I mean, myself, I've done hundreds of thousands of laps in my sim career. Like, I know what I'm doing, and you have to like say to yourself, you do know what you're doing. It's like a confidence thing. And as soon as you do that, that little voice that goes, oh, it just goes quiet, and you can just focus on driving. So it's the same thing.
So you're never afraid how much money the car costs or something?
I'm only afraid when I'm like understeering off into a barrier. Now I'm like, oh, now I'm starting to think about it. But
That's why Max Verstappen said front-wheel drive isn't great.
yeah, exactly. He doesn't like it, but it happens in the wet anyway. Trust me. But no, I mean, I've done quite all right with not hitting things so far. So I'm going to try and keep doing that.
What would be no way? I would prefer that.
Yeah.
Not hitting things. You obviously not just build your own career, you build an entire community, right? We see that every single time we did other shows together before, and I always see it in the chat and stuff like that. What do you think, like this community and sim racing in general, did that make motorsport more accessible, or even like gave it life back to motorsport?
I really hope it did. It has, because I kind of feel like motorsport, even though like 10 years ago, very closed and very old school, and you couldn't really get anywhere near anything. And now we get to experience all sorts of different kinds of motorsport. I mean, I found a series called Turismo Carretera the other day, some Argentinian touring car series.
Okay.
Where they run straight six engines with like 450 horsepower. They rev to 9,000 RPM. They sound amazing. I was like, where has this been all my life? Well, I discovered that through sim racing. I would not have found that otherwise.
So it wasn't in real life. You actually saw it in sim.
I saw it in sim, and I went to look for it in real life. And now I'm a fan of that series. And I think, obviously, we can't all get in and drive every car we like in racing series. So a way of getting close and understanding the racing at like a different level is sim racing, like LMU, where you have the NRG and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you showed me that when I first started, I'm like, what the hell is this? But now I know what it is, and it helps me enjoy the real racing more. So I think there's a very valuable crossover even there as well.
Is there, since you already talked about you starting in prototypes, and obviously right now they're quite hot, right? Everyone's licensing them, everyone bringing us hypercars. What is the best representation of your cars? In which game?
Oh, that's a difficult one to say.
It's not even on the list. I just thought it would be nice.
Know. I think for a prototype, it's probably going to be something like LMU. The LMP2s and that are really good.
But it has no Praga.
It has no Praga, and there is no. I mean, the best version could be Race Room, maybe.
Wasn't there another game? I thought it was two.
There's one in Rensport.
Yes.
Which I've not driven yet. No, that's a lie. I did drive it. I didn't like it very much, so I didn't drive it again. Sorry, Rensport. But then,
they sue you tomorrow. It's fine.
It's the end. But I think for GT cars, the best I've driven is a sim studio called Race Sim Studio. And they make not GT3 cars, and they feel fantastic. I was in the original set of Corsa. I was completely blown away by it.
Okay.
So I mean, for feel, that with a pure simulation, probably something like LMU or iRacing.
Okay. Let's step away from directly at a sim, but instead your entire current planning. Is there any special project on racing or content or your life? Because you already got the kit thing out of the way, right?
Yeah.
Went there, did that, produced it for 9 months. So it's like, what's next? Is there any cool project you can share with us?
I mean, I don't think we're entirely done at the Nürburgring yet, but more than that, I can't really say.
Really? Come on.
Not really.
Tiny. No?
I'll be killed.
I tried.
There's a bit of man watching.
I tried. You threw me off guard. Now I have to look for something else.
It's all right.
Well, that's fine. Let's imagine. They would never do that because you're crazy. But let's imagine MOZA would allow you to fully design a steering wheel on your own, no approval process, nothing. What crazy stuff will be on it? Describe to us the new MOZA Jimmy Broadbent Special Edition.
Remember that episode of The Simpsons where like Homer's brother lets him design a car and it's awful? Like it'd be like that with 1,000 wishes on. I would really like, I think something that there's a little gap in the range right now, like a GT style racing wheel, like an older one, like a circular rim. Because we have like the ES,
like the old OMPs and Sparkles.
Yeah, stuff like that. We have an ES wheel which is good for that purpose, but you kind of want to maybe have like a little screen in it, stuff like that. I would go for that, or like one of the flat bottom wheels,
D-shaped,
the D-shaped wheels. I would love something like that, and screen maybe, I don't know, but I love all the buttons we have currently in the MOZA range. So I think that sort of wheel, with just kitted out of the MOZA button range, I think that'd be great.
No cup holder integrated, anything especially for you.
Have a YouTube chat right here.
That would be great.
So I can go around the corner. Oh.
So it needs to have like a normal screen and a YouTube screen.
Well, they're always saying to me, I keep looking at chat and crashing. So maybe I need to integrate it into my rig a bit more.
I mean, we now know from the Vision GS wheel, most of the screens that rotate with you. So a YouTube chat screen shouldn't be a problem.
We should probably try that. I'm sure we can make that work somehow. I have to talk to MOZA about that.
Coming soon to a store near you. The Jimmy Broadbent wheel. You know, like we're all competitors, right? Sim racers. We all like to win and all that, and we want to win.
Yeah.
If you no longer go for a gap, then you're no longer Maldonado or something. There was a gap that does not exist, right? So when your son would challenge you to a sim race, will you let him win so that he enjoys it, or will you crush him to show him the real world? For yourself.
He's going in the wall at T1 right now, all right? He's got to learn. He's got to learn fast. Like if you come at the king, you best not miss, all right?
Jimmy's first race will be like MOZA T1. He's like, doing a good job there. Great start, son. Talk into the wall like, too bad.
Try again next time.
And when you ask like, can we race again? It's like, yeah, in an hour, because you know it's like iRacing's day. You have to wait. It's part of the suffering.
I think if he starts young, within a couple of years, I won't even have the chance to do that. I think it'll already be gone.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's like they spend way more time. They're faster thinking than.
No, it's unfair. Getting old sucks. Talked about that a lot today, haven't we?
But you know, keep in mind, like you can buy whatever equipment you want, but he can't. That's the only difference, you know. We're only older, which means we can access all the cheats, as in like buying better equipment, and they can't.
Annoyingly, that's not helped me in the past, having better equipment, so I'm not sure it's going to help me now. But
I tried that for so long, never worked.
Never worked.
All right, finish this sentence. Sim racing is 10% talent and 90%
swearing on voice chat.
There was a time before voice chat. Is it really that bad?
Not really. I think it's that and 90% asking someone for a setup, you know.
I can agree to that, definitely. Or does someone remember the wheel settings for that specific sim?
Or fuel, question mark. That's me.
I can tell you, like, really important tip here, do not ever ask Michel for fuel.
No.
I now ran out twice.
It sounds like a skill issue, man.
No, it's a calculation issue on this side, not my skill issue. What is the weirdest thing you ever shouted midstream during a race?
I'm not sure I can repeat that on the camera, to be honest. No, I can't. Well, just for the camera anyway. You know when you finish a race, you can also use the word finish for something else? There you go.
I know that I remember that I screamed one day so hard that my dad called me from like when I was still living at home from the living room asking if something happened. And it's like, who are you talking to? Do you have someone in your room? It's like, no, I'm just shouting at random people on the internet.
Actually, I do have one. It's when I was doing Gran Turismo license tests, right?
And we all hate them.
And I was just, I lost it. I was crashing out big time. And my neighbours came round being like, are you okay? Are you having some sort of like breakdown in there? I'm like, no, it's just Gran Turismo.
I'm mentally fine, don't worry about it. It's just this test. Man, you did all of them in gold on a video, I remember that. Yeah.
Every single one.
Not easy. I did that on 4 again. I went back to Gran Turismo 4. Damn.
On 4, like it ain't so bad, but like if you play like 1 and 2, it's like, it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Because they didn't care about how you're feeling.
No stick drift.
Yeah, exactly, which happens, of course, all the time. But.
If your sim rig could have feelings, what would it say during an endurance race?
I'd probably say, why are you so sweaty? Like, I'm a sweaty man. I don't know. I try not to think of my sim rig as a living object because of the things I've done to that poor thing. War crimes.
Ask MOZA for like cooled seat next.
I want that. I would love that, honestly.
You see, we finally have the idea for the new MOZA product.
Cooled seat, MOZA, yeah, I'll take that.
Fix that one. Great. All right. Man, Charlie, is this so good? I need to read that off.
Oh, yeah?
You've got 1 lap to impress aliens who think sim racing and motorsport are the same thing. Which car and track are you choosing to save humanity?
Okay, so it would be the Nordschleife, right? But in the T-Rex mod, because then very clear distinction. You can't lap a T-Rex around a Nordschleife. Yet here I am with my steering wheel drifting this T-Rex around. I think if that's not going to get the aliens' attention, then maybe humanity's dead. You know?
Yeah, and maybe they will like sim racing then, and then join in.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
New Galactic Championship, humanity versus aliens.
There's so much weird stuff in sim that I think that the T-Rex is just scratching the surface of what's possible.
You know what I look for? Do you know if that exists anymore? Do you remember the good times of X Games on TV?
Yeah.
They had these like long skateboards where they were laying on and then going down the hill.
I feel like I've seen
like
those.
Skeleton in winter, but like on long boards and they're laying like this with helmet. Does that exist as a mod?
I feel like I have seen stuff like that. I've seen one where it's a guy on his front doing that. That was a pretty good one.
So I got some questions from fans.
Okay.
So we now go like up a bit more, so I will read them as close as I can. Beside the tracks, what is the biggest takeaway from sim racing that has helped transition to the real world?
Probably like,
which just fits because you just said it's track knowledge. So
yeah, I mean, track knowledge is good, but probably like the how to manage things like oversteer, because
would have said the same.
Yeah. Because sometimes, like I see it a lot in track days where people they go out their first time on track, they have an oversteer moment, and they go, oh, hit the brakes. So they just go and just go flying off the circuit. But
you went off circuit in my car back then.
When?
Hockenheimring.
I didn't go off.
You did.
No, it's the other guy.
I got cameras.
It was Dave, right?
It was Dave. It was Dave Gaming.
It wasn't me.
You were sure that you didn't went off track?
Because I would have put that in my video for views if it was me.
It was Dave then.
It was Dave.
Who just got his driver's license the day before.
He's gone for years thinking that I did that. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that, mate.
Yeah, Dave no home like, I didn't do that. It was Jimmy. It was all Jimmy. So, I mean, I sometimes have a feeling when I see people coming through classic motorsport and then compared to the sim races I race with in real life, like, we are a lot quicker on the steering wheel, like with micro status now, you know what I mean? It's like my corrections compared to real life people.
Yeah, you can really see that in my driving as well, is that you'll try and like straighten the wheel out for a second and then bring it back again, almost like you're going to get some sort of grip or something.
Did you ever drive like this?
Only once, but that was went down to, you know, as now race week or whatever it is, race day. Yeah, I went down like that. I drove the car down.
But not on the racetrack?
No, never.
I know someone who took a selfie on Dettinger Höhe during the race. I won't tell you which, because that's obviously not allowed. But yeah, he took a selfie during the race.
Maybe my last race. Maybe my last.
Yeah, make that happen, man. Yeah. If you could race for an entire decade at Le Mans, start to end, which decade would you choose and which car?
Just like the Group C decades, you know. So I guess that's like
we wouldn't survive the decade.
Well, I might. So like,
you might.
So that's like early 80s, like early 90s, right?
Yeah.
So, and it'd be the 962 or the 956 because like that is the car I have, right? It's just amazing. But though I would really have loved to have tried the Sauber, the C11.
Yep.
The one that was like
the one that Schumacher was driving.
Like the missile one. It sounds so good, that car. I think for sound that one, but for like if I wanted to, you know, a good package, then
and it's good. Like if you take that one, then MOZA already got you covered with flight sticks for what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So take off, be like,
no problem. Thanks to MOZA, I'll just take the wheel off, use my flight sticks.
Maybe there'll be an alternative reality where Mark Webber just leaves and just flies back to Australia, and that's the end of that.
Got enough of this.
Yeah, off he goes.
Leave it here.
See you, Mark. Have fun.
24 hours of racing? Nuts.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Got another one. Do you ever miss the shed?
No, not really. I mean,
luxurious lifestyle is great.
I miss like the feeling of something beginning, because like, you know, you're like, oh my god, it's so exciting, the channel's taking off and people are into it. And I also miss like how dedicated my life was there to one thing. But now that I've kind of grown older and live in an actual house now, I wouldn't go back, you know. Like it was a part of my life that I look back on sometimes fondly, but also it wasn't a particularly good part of my life either. So whilst like it's nice to go, oh yeah, I lived in a shed once, I prefer my house.
Yeah, I think no one would
House
want
gang,
to go
you
for
know.
that. House cool, become a content creator and sim racer.
Yeah.
House rocks. What would be your favorite track if you couldn't choose the Nürburgring? We all know it's Bilsterberg.
Oh yeah, of course. I love blind corners. No, the track I drive most on my own is probably like either Alton Park,
Oh, really?
or like Brands GP, like sort of the old UK circuits that are really still like would share characteristics with like the Nürburgring, where very fast, high commitment corners. There's not really any like stop-start stuff.
So, but not Thruxton.
No, Thruxton sucks, man. It's an oval, like. But,
I remember from Toka, you know the old game?
Yeah.
Like third race was Thruxton or something.
but on like Toka 2, and you have lift-off oversteer that you can't ever manage. So you go through Church Corner every time and spin, and throw your controller out the window. Was that just me? Like,
Got a soft spot for Donington, I have to say, somehow.
Yeah.
I really like GP.
yeah, I mean, I like UK tracks. I think we have good tracks here in the UK. So I think I'd probably say Alton, like
For
GP.
the slow cars you race in the UK, they're okay.
Yeah.
Which engine layout is your favorite? Let's go layout and type.
Okay, so it's really hard not to say like a twin turbo straight six because of my
So boring.
because I'm a Skyline man. But I think what I'd probably go for is just some insane four banger with like ITBs on it, like the old touring car engines, like the 300 horsepower, four cylinders. One of those that lasts like a race but sound great. I love that thing. I think for me, like motorsport, it's about like the senses, so like sound and like the feeling of it, such a big part for me.
But then the best of your engine, the RB26, is the individual throttle bodies, not the actual twin turbo system.
Yeah, but then I've heard one of those on throttle bodies, no turbos, and it sounds mean, sounds good, but no, yeah.
I just dislike the door. I had the R33 GTR back then.
Yeah.
I just disliked the door. That looked like out of a normal saloon car. Like you got the RB26 in the front, wing in the back, and then you look at your own door, like passenger side, like.
Well, that's sort of the thing with that car, isn't it? You get in and go, oh, it's plastic, but it's wicked. I love it.
So we have the engine now, four banger, high RPM, front body, but where? Where do we position it?
Oh, in the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah. In the middle. It's like basically like a Lotus Elise or something.
I was about to say, so you basically want a Toyota MRS?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
I got one for sale.
I do. Oh, what a coincidence! This is why he's come here today. He doesn't care about any of this stuff. He's like, right.
Yeah, that was exactly it.
Sell this.
It's MRS with Toyota 2ZZ engine and supercharged.
Okay. So what's that like? 200?
Like the Exige, 235 horsepower.
Okay.
So you see you want to have it?
No, I don't want it.
No? Okay.
If you go, I don't want it.
If you had the choice to partner with another car manufacturer brand besides BMW, which one would it be?
Am I allowed to answer this? Yeah, fuck it.
True that, yes, I don't know.
Do I like? What would I like? I mean, I've always been a massive JDM fan. We were just talking about it just now.
Yeah.
And specifically, probably like Toyota. Because Toyota are still doing interesting things.
Like the Yaris GR, Corolla GR, yeah.
I mean, of course, other brands are doing that too, but I feel like only a couple really are still exploring that space of having a fast road car that's interesting, So for me, yeah, Toyota, I think, do that. And of course, BMW.
The next one's, what's Jamble Wangelborg up to right now? Is he hanging out with Booster Morris?
Jamble Wangelborg.
Yes. I can't read it.
So I mean, for the benefit of people who don't know that is my my character in the F1 series, and he's always in and out for tax fraud. So he's not in F1 25 because of he's hiding out on the Cayman Islands at the moment. So,
was it the Urakali deal?
Yeah, he's just.
Look, people love it.
Yeah, they're here for Jamble Wangelborg.
Outside of Annie and the little guy, obviously, what was the pinch me moment that made you say, this is my life now? Meeting me, I know that.
Yeah, I mean, that's number one.
Yes, thanks. Finally, the appreciation I was waiting for.
What would that be? You know what? I've had several, but like one of the more recent ones was when I walked into the Black Falcon like changing room, and there's a locker in there with my name on it.
Really?
And I was like, this is the coolest thing.
Like when NHL players and all, they go into their room with their jersey. Yeah.
But you know, because I'm just like a little rat boy. I took it off there. I took it home. It's mine.
Really?
And they came back and they replaced it, but I've still got it. I wanted to keep it. So yeah, sorry, Black Falcon printing people, but
just write him an invoice. He has the money now. Don't worry.
No, see, I don't. Wrong answer, buzzer.
He can't afford all that. If the tax office is listening, he has none of that money. None. Doesn't exist. What is the one super touring car you would love to drive?
Oh, what one do I like best? Probably like the Laguna from like 97, 98.
The blue yellow one.
Yeah.
Or it was also in green gold.
It also had like a Nescafe one in 98, and I think in 99 too. Either that or like obviously the Volvo. The Volvo Estate.
The Estate, I was about to ask, the Estate or the S60.
Or like there's like the old 93 like V6 Mondeo, which sounded ridiculous. Sounded a bit like the Turismo Carretera stuff actually, but yeah, any of them. If anyone has one, please, I would love to drive one.
How did your experience in real life Nürburgring change your driving on the actual sim versions?
Oh dude, I think like to put this as nicely as possible, I just became
please say slower.
A bit of a dickhead in sim because you have to make the move. Like you can't. The worst thing you can do if you're on the ring is like you're passing someone. You go, can I run by? Yeah. You have to just like send it.
Be dedicated.
And Robin's racing. There's more of that in real life. Because in sim racing, if you do that, the guys in the voice sound like, man, yeah, what are you doing?
But that's what I always said. Like, I have the feeling in real we are way more like fine with that, and also with mistakes. Someone like bouncing in your door because he was late on the brakes. In sim racing, it's always like, well, that is supposed to be a pro. It must be on purpose.
But you just race hard. That's how it is. So I think actually, that it definitely changed how I drive in sim. But all my friends are like, we don't want to drive against you, Jimmy, because you're too aggressive. I'm like, yeah, but sorry about that.
Is there none, like, I had the feeling always that I became slower in sim, not due to my age, but because when I race real life, now going in sim, I don't try things that I think wouldn't work in real life. Did that not happen to you? So they're always, there's sometimes tricks that you wouldn't do in real life, jumping over a specific curb, thanks to Moritz Luna on his latest race room video where he jumps over an entire chicane. I wouldn't try that because I know, like, in real life it wouldn't work.
There are a couple of curbs like in the ring where I'm like, I wouldn't touch that curb in real life. But you can do it in the sim. And I think, to be honest, for me, I see them separately. Like, it's like, cool, it's a game. It's like when you have different rules in racing. Like, that's a track limit, but that isn't a track limit. Stuff like that. You just adapt to what the situation is. And I'd say I'm probably slow in sim now, but only because I don't get to drive it as much. I think if I had the practice, I'd probably quicker, I think.
And the kid, and like all the excuses you have as a sim racer.
Yeah, I've got several. I could be here listing my excuses.
Buy the new book, Excuses by Jimmy Broadbent. What has become of the shed? That was one of the fan questions.
The shed.
Can I still have it in case my career does?
I mean, I don't even want to go in there anymore. Basically, the roof caved in about a year ago due to rain and just not being looked after, and it's now just like an abandoned building.
So community project, build it as a museum, bring everyone in, build the roof.
But my mum would hate that. She's like, I got rid of him. Don't bring him back.
With 200 additional people.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, if we're charged, bring him in. Bring him in.
Having fulfilled your dream of competing on the Nürburgring 24, do you have a new goal?
I get asked that sort of thing a lot. And for a long time with YouTube and hitting 50k, hitting 100k, what's next? What's next? You hear that so much. I think to get deep for a second, living like that is a really good way to be unhappy because you don't allow yourself.
Over chasing something.
Yeah, you don't allow yourself to be happy with the things you have accomplished. That's not to say you can't continue to try and improve. But for me, racing in the N24, I can't explain how much of a stretch goal that was from my career starting. I didn't think it was ever going to happen at all. I mean, I tried several times to race in the ring. Once with you, once. That
wasn't my mistake that it didn't work out. It was COVID.
Yeah, everyone got a cough. And then once with another sim brand, and eventually it happened, but I never thought it would. So
You know that's my go-to storyline, right? When I want to make sure that people know I actually did stuff, it's like, Jimmy Broadbent once drove my car.
yeah, Jimmy got his license with me.
Yeah, it's a bit... Now that you know, Jimmy got his race license in my car.
Long time ago, yeah.
Is it a long time now?
2019.
We're really getting on.
In the video, I'm like, I can't wait to race at the ring this year in 2020, and then obviously,
nothing happened.
But then,
Nothing happened.
without that, without that happening, I wouldn't be where I am now either. So
True.
It's strange how things work.
What's your recommendation for head tracking hardware or software? Because the person does not get along with VR.
The short answer is I don't know. I've never used any of that stuff.
Try it out, but never like long term.
No, and for me, VR is a better solution. So it's kind of hard to say that. Sorry, I can't much help there. Just get triple screens.
I was about to say, like, if you can't tackle VR, I would go for just the biggest screens I could find, because that, like, if you can't get along with VR and then you get head tracking and then you move in the triple screens, so everything around you moves in a weird way.
Yeah, and it's more natural because
yeah,
the head tracking can be a bit janky sometimes, but get a big screen, easy.
Could we see you driving GT3 in NLS soon? With Franz Hermann, maybe.
That is our goal. As a team, we would love to do that. But it's very hard to overstate the difference in budget between driving a GT4 car and a GT3 car. Probably maybe triple or quadruple what it costs to drive a GT3. And then if you make a mistake, it's also the cost involved. It needs specific engineers to run it as well. You've got to be pretty loaded to do that. But I would love to do it. I think personally, I'm ready. I could do it. I've got the time and experience there.
Yeah. Just tell people how many super chats you're away from having the GT3 budget. Community will do the rest.
I think if everyone on my channel donated £1, it still wouldn't be enough.
Tips for rental karting. For a rich person like you, just to explain, rental karting is these things with stuff around it. You don't own them, you go there.
My first race was anyway, rental karting. So I got taught this from Steve, because Steve is a karting bandit. They don't change the tyres on those things. So if you're outside and it rains, you're on slicks, you've got to deal with it. So if it's raining, you go into a corner, you just go, do that, crank on the lock. It puts the car into understeer so you won't spin. And then when you do eventually get grip, you'll go around the corner. Be the bad guy. Don't be polite, because someone else is going to always try and send up the inside.
Life tips which
be the bad guy. And do not show weakness. Do not look behind you at any point. If you look behind you, you're saying to the guy behind you, oh, you there? Oh, are you going to go for a move? Be a brick wall,
Okay, so this one will be a bit more complex. Everyone knows of your Black Falcon. It must be, I think Connor wrote this wrong, because he asked, everyone knows your Black Falcon N24 exploits.
Yep.
And I'm not quite sure if there were exploits.
No, there were some exploits.
Okay. So could we see a Bilstein livery GT3 at another 24-hour race at some point, like Spa, Daytona, wherever?
Again, I think we would love to do that. But it's just about you have to find the backing for that.
Bilstein
have put in a lot of resources into our team.
Yeah.
And they've put a lot behind it. And I think we've given them what they've asked for, but it is a marketing expense at the end of the day.
Is the Le Mans drive a main goal? Yes.
Yeah.
Got that done.
I guess so.
We talked about that. Will there be more than one split this year in your charity race?
Probably not. I would love to have multiple splits, but it means more money every day for charity. But the problem we have is that, unlike a special event in iRacing, our split is completely looked after by 5 people. We have commentators, we have 3 or 4 different people in race control, we have people handling penalties.
Yep.
And it's a lot of manpower to do that. So, and also, what I wouldn't want as well is maybe people signing up and then not being in like the broadcaster split or not being in the main split,
Yeah, I
not
see
being
that,
in my split.
But I could be in that split and win it then. The other,
Well, well, you could do
second
that,
one.
but I feel like part of the fun of it is that it is like
Everyone's in the actual thing.
everyone's in there.
Yeah.
It's all a big show. I mean, if you can think of a way to make that work, then please let me know. I'd love to do more, but
iRacing just needs more slots.
yeah, if iRacing can make a special 100 slot version of Zolder, God, imagine.
R Factor can do that. R Factor 2, 100 cars, yeah.
R Factor 2,
101.
Okay, there you go.
Let's bring that back.
Will it be able to keep 100 cars on the server though?
I mean, people can give money for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, enough with motorsport. Back to like really important life topics.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? 3 favorite cheese.
Cheeses. Okay.
Jesus. Is that a word?
Cheese.
Cheeses?
Chai. No. Obviously, I'm English, so I like a very mature old cheddar. Fantastic. I like gorgonzola, and I also like camembert as well. So.
Like baked camembert or?
Yeah, like a baked one.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, I can understand that. If you could time travel to any place and time in motorsport, which race would you drive then?
Oh, so if I could drive any race in like...
Yeah, you could go any car, any decay, whatever,
Okay.
you can go there.
I would race like Le Mans in the 60s, like a GE40. And just pray to anything that my brakes continue to work throughout the race.
You could go Le Mans 66 and make sure that, I forgot his name, actually gets his race win.
Yeah, I'll push him like 10 miles. I'll be like,
Ken Miles.
I'm like,
of course,
Ken,
yeah.
don't lift, Ken.
Yeah, exactly. You
Don't
could be
lift.
next to him, like, Ken.
Accelerate, Ken.
That would be a good one.
I would do that. That would be
Yeah, you could be very nice there. Have you managed to replicate the feeling of your real race car on your MOZA setup?
I've got close. I mean, especially with like having, we spoke about earlier, the M booster pedal.
Yeah.
Like getting the juddering in the brake is super helpful because that's how the car feels in real life.
Which race car are we talking about now?
The M4.
Okay.
The M4 GT4.
I was like, the rattling is probably like the chassis on your MX-5.
Well, yeah, if it's a Praga, there's no ABS, so something's really wrong if that happens. But that's what being a sim racer is, though. You're always trying to find that extra little bit to make it more realistic. And I love that. I'm all about the immersion and realism. So we're getting there slowly. But yeah, what would I like? Just need to try and work out like the throttle pedal, because the throttle pedal it has such weird travel in a real car.
Yeah.
But you can adjust.
There's
that.
so many different versions in real life of like.
I would
how
like,
that feels.
so you can use the M booster as a throttle pedal too. So I'd love to. I've only got one, so I'd love to try and maybe bring it over, get another one.
Actually,
Then-
MOZA has a really big booth at Gamescom 2025, Hall 10.1.
Do they?
Maybe they have that pedal for you.
I have to see if they have it.
Yes, like we should go to the booth. All right. People obviously always notice in your streams and all that you got very excited when real race drivers were in the split.
Yeah.
But now you're that real race driver. Like, give me a bit of that feeling and thought that now you are that person that you got excited about in lobby.
The thing is, I never really see myself that way. I see myself still as just sim racing man. But like, pretty much every time I go into a server now, someone will be like, "Oh my god, Jimmy," or like send me a message, or DM me, or
All of a sudden they forgot about Max Verstappen in the split. Yeah, makes sense.
Exactly, like discount. Oh, you can't get Max. You got Jimmy. We'll bring him in.
Similar budget nowadays.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it is nice. It's quite humbling to think that you've reached that many people in some way. So it's a very nice feeling. But sometimes it can be like a crazy where people will race you differently.
Yeah.
Because you are Jimmy, and like,
So like the Max effect that we saw in so many videos, basically.
So either I'll get lunged or they'll just dive out of the way. Like there's no in between, you know, like.
And you can't know which one it will be.
Yeah, so you just go into the corner, hope for the best, and see what happens.
All right. Which part of a sim racing setup is crucial to get solid at first? Because that person has a MOZA RS clamped to the desk right now. So what's the next step?
Well, there you go. It's a desk. Rig is the most important thing.
More than pedal?
Yeah, because like you can have the best pedals out there, But if they're not stable and they're moving around when you're using them, what's the point of having them? So you could have, you know, the sort of the entry level range from MOZA and a solid rig, and you will feel so much difference.
Yeah, because nothing moves. There's not the like, no rolls underneath the chair or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really, really important. And after that, my order is rig, pedals, then wheel.
Yeah. It's been, you have a wheel already, so it comes last. Yeah. Makes sense. I swear, the next one. Like I said, I did not write these.
How many more are there?
That's the last one.
Oh my word!
When are you going to cut that mop on your head?
What are you talking about? I don't know. I've not had long hair since I was like 18, 19.
Really?
Because I've always been really, I must look a certain way to deal with like businesses and deals and whatever. But now I'm just like, well, I've got this far by being myself. I might as well actually be myself. And I just see what it looks like. I mean,
first time, like colored, like you have blonde and dark hair now. It's like it's the first time.
Well, it's only blonde because it was all blonde, and I just let it grow out. It's not on purpose or anything. It's actually the effect of being lazy.
Proper artist. It just happened to look great.
You know. But no, I think that I'll keep it until I get bored of it, and then I'll do something else.
All right, Jimmy. For the next one, as you now know, as an absolute internet famous person, there's this certain cultural. I wouldn't say gimmick. It's a cultural given, which is memes, obviously.
Yes.
So, MOZA Racing asks for people and their memes about you.
Oh, God.
And we have them. Of course. We want to know the truth, you know, the real Jim.
Okay.
So, let's go through them and figure out why and when and stuff like that. So, this one,
Oh, my word.
This is, I know people will ask that, no, this is not an official edition.
You sure?
Unfortunately.
It looks like it. It could be. Yes.
What was it?
So this is during lockdown. This is during COVID. F1 2010. I got invited to be part of the F1 virtual races.
Ah, yeah.
And they're basically just, they get internet idiots like myself and real drivers and put us against each other. And my teammate was a guy called Daniele Haddad. He was an esports driver for Racing Point at the time, who are now Aston Martin.
Yeah, Racing Point in the what else is in the Shed edition? Like, give me like one thing. If that's a €99 edition, you know, like a cheap one.
Probably
What's
like,
in there?
Probably like empty wine bottles, empty beer bottles, random games everywhere. The Shed was not a tidy place.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's move on. I think I remember that race, like the left one with the blonde hair. What's that? Make them bigger.
Le Mans Virtual.
Oh, Le Mans Virtual.
Oh, so it's just like Le Mans Virtual. So basically, this is the picture, the one that sort of got out of hand. So someone made this picture of me. I'll say, man, I'm really tired.
That's really you.
That is me, but those aren't my eyes. All right.
Ah, okay.
Because so obviously those eyes could look like something else, but no, it's meant to be represent being tired, being upset. And I, in the morning of Le Mans Virtual, which is a 24-hour race, I posted this image to the guys, saying, "Oh, guys, waking up, feeling fresh, can't wait for my stint." And in the actual studio where they were doing it, they pulled up this image. So the presenter was like, "Oh, this is Jimmy Broadbent, one of our drivers," and they showed this image, and not only once, because of how their program feed worked. It was like on 10 different monitors behind them. This ridiculous space. I lost it, man. I felt like I ruined their broadcast. But
was it? Did you look like that because due to the teammates you had?
Yeah, my teammates for Le Mans Virtual sucked.
Who was that?
Some guy who couldn't find a driver in time, so scrambled to find me instead.
Well, so just to make that clear, so we were racing with whom? Like it was you, me.
Was it Hildebrand? Is Hildebrand in the team? I feel like he was.
Think so.
Hildebrand was in the team.
Because we had a weird penalty because Le Mans accepted you as a pro driver who wasn't racing at that time.
Yeah.
And declined me as a pro driver, even though I had the FIA license they asked for.
Yeah, that was a weird
Got
one.
like what, 3 minutes?
Yeah,
penalty, something.
That was our race, and filled that close, so we never really came back. So.
I mean, then I can understand the eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
That's how I felt.
All right. What else do we have?
I don't have these ones. Wait. Oh God.
Ask me anything. Is Project Cars 2 a good sim racing game? At least they didn't ask if it's Project Cars 3. So,
No, there isn't that. The thing is, like, as I've got older with Project Cars, my feeling is like it was really good for what it did, which is introducing a lot of people to a more serious sim style content. It wasn't 100% a sim, I don't think, but it definitely made people come and like give attention to sim racing. So for that, it was great. But I never enjoyed it that much. Not really,
I love
no.
the Live Track 3.0 because it was one of the few games when you raced in rain and the puddle was moving.
Yeah.
That forced me to adjust my line every lap. Which feels closer to what it was in real life to me.
Yeah,
that's its feature.
It did things well, but it just wasn't for me. I like the more like hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that image exists on the internet now, so they probably don't.
So you mean like they will not book you?
Yeah, so Project Motor Racing, I'm not going to be talking to me at all.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's move. Oh, that is a beautiful one.
That's a strong one, isn't it?
Not sure if it needs a caption, but this was from 2023. Okay. I would have dated you.
Yeah, well, so basically, my girlfriend was in charge of the forfeits that year for the race of mental health.
Yep.
And that's how I looked after raising a certain amount of money. I will gladly do it again, but again, another image on the internet that maybe could do without not being on the internet.
Just the beard is like really adding to it.
Yeah, the little
Love
mustache
it.
there.
Was that, how long did it take to put the makeup on and off?
I don't know. I think because my girlfriend Annie did it, so whilst I was driving.
Yeah.
Which is really difficult, but yeah. I mean, we do these little sort of silly things to raise money for Mind and mental health charity, and it's all part of our race to mental health. So if you ever see me looking a bit ridiculous, it's probably because of that.
We know on the internet the problem is always all the good stuff is fake, right? Is that chest hair there? Is that real?
That is not. You can see a strip there where some of it was removed as well. That was the worst. Oh my god! And no one tells you driving in a ball cap. It's the sweatiest thing. Because no heat escapes your head.
Ah, yeah.
So you're sweaty.
But it's like a helmet.
Yeah, your hair's gone. You're dressed in a maid outfit. Peak sim racing.
So in case like your normal content doesn't work anymore, then
yeah, I think I'll go straight to
the
it.
two typical letters, apply.
I've still got the outfit, so
yeah, perfect.
There's still time.
You're well prepared. Like that. All right, let's move on. This creation is from 2023 as well. It's the very small grill on the car.
It's the classic Jimmer Bimmer thing, which we have again. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but isn't that terrifying?
That's my favorite one.
That's been with me for ages. This particular meme.
Kind of that.
But yeah, there's been like an ongoing thing, especially with BMWs, because my nickname is Jimmer, so Jimmer and the Bimmer.
Makes sense.
And a lot of, I don't know why it keeps happening, but they look more and more cursed each time.
I'm not sure, what do you like more? The Jimmer the Bimmer memes or the M6 is a huge car meme?
So someone has combined the two.
Oh God!
Unfortunately, we don't have that image here, but yeah, if there's a cursed image of a BMW out there, it probably has my face on it. So
I love, the one where the BMW comes over the crest of Le Mans?
Yeah, that's such a good one.
It's like all the small GT cars in front of it. Man, I love it.
Classic mods.
When it came out, I absolutely loved it. Man, we need more of that. We need more of Jimmer the Bimmer as like huge car. All right.
See, this is what I mean.
Oh, the Suzuki Jimny.
The Jimny.
Yeah, the Jimny, I know.
I don't know what that is. Oh, what?
That must be a GMC then, right?
GMC
First
Jimny.
one, yeah.
There's a Suzuki Jimny. Is that Jimny too?
So how does that, so I'm a bit confused. How does that work in a crash test? Like, is it your nose they're testing, or is it the lips that will actually make sure you're not crashing, or?
What do you want me to say, man? I don't have a bloody idea. I didn't ask this stuff.
Whoever made this.
It just turns up. It just turns up.
Can we talk about that? Because, like this one, not problematic.
That's
like
clean.
it gets through
That's
TÜV in
clean,
Germany,
that one, yeah.
right? It's like easy, no problem. Could be in the next Cars movie.
Oh God, imagine.
I see it, and it's 3,500 HP.
I'm that fast.
Easy, but this one could be like a safety issue.
That's a nightmare. They're all nightmares.
Same here. Good color though. So what about
I agree with the message.
inline 4 banger? Was like, we can get it in the back. You said you like it in the back. I said engine layout wise, you like four inline with individual throttle bodies in the back of the car.
Yeah.
We can fit that here. Would you then drive it?
Whatever point you're making, I can't think about it anymore.
I love what someone would have above. See that?
Yeah, that's how
All
I
right.
feel. That's how I feel in this moment.
Yep, fair. It's like sometimes you just have to say the truth. And like you seem to be exhausted a lot. Or drunk, I'm not sure.
This was from, I did a vlog of just going somewhere basically. And we were in a traffic jam. And Annie, my girlfriend, kept like looking out the window. But she was like filming me because there was like, oh, animals, aha. So like I came back and just went like, and then she turned around and saw that face. And unfortunately, again, she had another interesting Jimmy face.
You can't do anything without getting a meme out
It's
of
that
it.
fucking nose, man. Like this humongous nose. It's just like,
It's funny because on all the memes I really feel like it's huge, but in reality, it's just huge, not it's huge. You know?
it's just huge.
I can't say anything about noses. It's fine. I'll just rest of the video. I'll do like this.
Get him out of here.
You never know. Okay.
Right, so a little while ago, we asked you guys to send in your comments for me on Instagram, Facebook, X, wherever, and we've got the best of them right here, and I'm going to read them out. So first up, we have one from Lewis Racing 36 on Instagram. He says, "It is crazy to say this journey started by making sim racing videos in your basement with a shed, and now you're finishing P2 at a Nürburgring 24-hour in a BMW M4 against overpowered McLarens. Wish you the best for what is coming." Well, thank you, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, it wasn't the basement. Not quite that loser nerd archetype. Close though. And yeah, that McLaren was pretty quick, but did fit the regulation. So what can we do? Next up, we have one from Tristan Engelstadt. It says, "Congrats on 1 million, Jimmy." Thank you, mate. "Your passion and humour make every race unforgettable. Keep doing what you love. We love it too. Been following your journey since 2018, and you're the real reason I started sim racing and why I archived all the things I did. Congrats on 1 million and on P2 in the N24. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, 1 million is still strange to think that I have 1 million subscribers. It's a lot of people. So thank you for being one of them. Next up, we have, can I read that? Lissandro, who says, "Jimmy, do you know why the chicken crossed the street? Well, to go to the other side." Thank you so much for your input. I think he crossed the street to check out some the new MOZA steering wheels, you know. Josh from Instagram says, "I've raced against him before, and both of us as long-term fans are really glad that you're still inspiring us and other sim racers to get into the hobby. Congrats on the 1 mil. I always love hearing people say they've got into sim racing because of my videos, you know. I mean, one of my big things that I live by is sharing my passion. My passion is racing, it's sim racing, and the more people get to see that, the better, in my opinion. So this one is from Yashwanth Babu on X. He says, "I followed through your journey and got inspired by it. Got myself a 9-year-old sim setup on a tea table, and in 9 months I get to represent my country, India, in the FIA F4 Global Shootout in real F4 cars. And it helped me transition from sim to real with a scholarship. Thank you to you, I achieved my dream." That's very cool to hear, man. Congratulations on getting onto the shootout. That's amazing. But don't take away from yourself. You know, it doesn't matter how you're inspired, you put yourself there. So congratulations. I hope you get far with it. Jack Thompson says, "Jimmers, I came to an NLS race in October 24. I didn't want to bother you mid-race, but you and Steve were the reasons I got off my backside to get to the ring for the very first time. Still saving for a rig currently, and this would be a boost for sure." Well, yeah, awesome, man. I mean, I always say at any of the races we're at, if you see me and I'm not looking like I'm about to cry, just come and talk to me. Come say hello. I love meeting you guys. It's one of the best parts of this job that I have. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the sim soon. Gareth Jenkins says, Jim, I started watching you during COVID, and because of your good self, I got into sim racing. Sorry about that. Granted, I've not raced for the last 12 months due to mental health reasons and finances. I hope you're back on iRacing very, very soon. Keep up the good work. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I'm sorry to hear that you're having a tough time right now, but everything's transient, you know. One day you'll feel like you can get back into it again, and on that day I'll be there to punt you at T1. Arthur says, I've watched your content for years. Watched you overcome mental problems while sim racing, and both you and your community really helped and inspire myself to do the same. Even the transformation into IRL content comes with a bit of inspiration to do something more IRL for myself. Well, good man. I'm happy to hear that. I mean, I didn't think I'd ever be doing the real life content. It's always a pleasure to do. Really good fun. I think importantly as well, it just shows that sim racing works, you know? Rufus says, pretty mad to think that I started getting into sim racing and cars around the same time I started watching you. Highlight for me as a viewer was definitely your run through the Praga Cup. Yeah, Praga. That feels like such a long time ago now, doesn't it? But the support I got for those first couple of years from people like yourself, Rufus, and others, it was mad, and I think it really helped me find that confidence as a driver. So yeah, but thank you for being a small part of that. Sarf says, Jimmy is the definition of a hard worker. Being seeing you for a while now, man. Keep it up. You'd be surprised. I'm actually quite lazy, but I'm just efficient with my laziness. So, but no, I mean, like being a YouTuber, although you get to choose your hours, it's a pretty full-on job. You know, I think in the last 6 years, I've never taken more than 2 weeks off ever. So maybe one day I'll do that, but yeah, for now, I'll stay with it while I refocus. So Corey says, big congrats from moving your sim to your appearance on the Nürburgring 24. I didn't follow you too much, but it's really cool to see you again through MOZA. Streaming sim racing to racing, the real deal on the track with a debut with MOZA is a dream come true. Hope to see you more on YouTube and more through MOZA. Well, subscribe, you know, make sure you're following MOZA on Instagram, make sure you're following myself. You'll see us more. Nitin says, well done, Jimmy. This is a great milestone and one that you will remember forever. So cherish it and just know your next milestone isn't too far away. Enjoy, bud. How are we going to get to 2 million subscribers? It's taken me, God, how long has it been? 2012? It's taken me 13 years to get to 1 million subscribers. In 13 years' time, I will be 47 years old. Maybe not. Who knows? But thank you. It's next says, congrats, Jimmy, for the milestone. Been around since 2019, and what a journey it's been. From shed dweller to Nordschleifer driver, keep up the good work. Yeah, I mean, in those bad days in the shed, I never thought I'd drive anything in real life, let alone at the ring. So every time I take a start there, I always, make sure to tell myself, remember where you are, and like to enjoy it. So yeah, thank you, man. Guy, I'm gonna murder your name, I'm afraid. Madiyar Berkabe. Great attempt. So Jimmy, mate, I've been racing virtual curbs and chasing PBs ever since I first saw you bombing it around the Nordschleife in your shed. If I win the MOZA bundle, I promise to name my rig Broadbent's Bunker and stream my glorious spins in your honor. See you at Gamescom, I'll bring snacks. Where are you? I'm waiting for my snacks. Maybe calling it Broadbent's Bunker is a reason not to give you the bundle. I don't know. Well, best of luck anyway. Christoph says, hey Jimmy, you are probably the best looking guy I've ever seen. And your Riz and aura is unmatched. I think you're just generally a really cool guy, so could you please help me win one of the prizes? You're not being genuine, are you? But you know what, it worked anyway. I'll sort you out. Al-Murazoj? I can't say any of his names, sorry. I'm not very good at reading. Congratulations, Broadbent, on reaching 1 million subscribers. Your passion for sim racing, your charisma, and consistency have made every video feel like we're right there with you on track. Thank you for inspiring us and being such a key part of this amazing journey. It's a very kind message, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, one of the things that I always set out to do with the longer races, be it sim or real life, is bring you guys along for the ride, give you as much info as possible. Instead of just being a viewer, you are kind of part of the team in some way. And yeah, it's nice that people recognise that. We've got another Chris who says, congrats on 1 million. My birthday is on the 8th of August. It'd be awesome to win this giveaway. He also asked if I could relive one single lap from your entire sim or real racing career purely for the joy of it, which would it be? And what's your most effective tactic for staying focused during long endurance sim stints? Well, I wish I could go back and relive the last lap of the Praga Cup, where I knew we were going to win the championship. But I knew I felt so much pressure to not crash. My entire body just tensed for the last lap. I wish I could do it again, knowing I had it in the bag, and just enjoy that moment a bit more. But it was still awesome to do. And tactic for staying focused during long endurance stints, I say like I kind of chase lap time, or try and get my lap time to be as consistent as possible, which means each corner you reach, each new corner you get to, you have to think, okay, cool, brake at the 100s, turn in here, do that. You have to have that constant stream in your head. It can be a bit tiring if you're not used to it, but that's kind of how I do it. Kieran says, Jimmy, I've been watching you since you had around 5k subs. Man, that was like the Le Mans 2015 vlog, a long time ago. To watch someone so kind and humble get success in the world, and to follow your journey as a human, not just a content creator, has been inspiring. Degenerate turned degenerate, what's that saying? Dadgenerate. Oh, sorry, I didn't read that properly. You're 1 in a million, Jimmy. Thank you for putting sim racing on the map like you have. It will always be my pleasure. It's so nice to see how sim racing has evolved since I started it. I mean, I'm not the one responsible for that. You know, there are many other people as well who have made sim racing a huge thing. But to be a small part of it is still a privilege. Miguel says, dude, I remember when you were still in a shed and had just started racing the Praga, or when you took the 919 Evo to the Nords. It's been a journey. Yeah, I mean, how many years have it been now since I've been full-time since 2016. So that's 9 years of being a full-time YouTuber. And it really has kind of flown by. I never could have foreseen this career, and yet here I am still, somehow. So thank you for being someone who put me here. Clay says, fantastic to see you hit the million, Jimmy. I've been following the channel for some time. I probably enjoyed the one where you elaborated about the darkness in the past the most. It hit home really hard. I too remember a period down in the black pit and how I realised I was finally getting a little better. When I turned on the computer and started a game and enjoying it after months of just sitting there all day without the slightest motivation to do anything. Gaming can heal you. Love to see I wasn't alone. It can, you know. I think that's like the evil thing about being depressed, is when you are like that, the things you do enjoy are now no longer enjoyable. So you just sit there, as you say, doing nothing. But I think persevering and trying to really engage with the things that you know you like, it's a good strategy. I'm not a therapist, but I'm always happy to hear that talking about those things helps other people. Professor Hoots says, congrats on 1 million. You're the main reason I ended up getting into sim racing. Keep up the good work, Jimmy. And MOZA Racing, thank you for giving so many people an opportunity to experience a version of a dream for many. Yeah, I mean, one of my favourite things about working with MOZA is they're always up for doing giveaways and stuff, you know, and I would love everyone to have the same rig as I do and the same stuff as I do. That's not obviously realistic for many reasons, but this is a small step, you know, a small pebble in the ocean. So hopefully we can do more. Small pebble, small drop in the ocean. Whatever, same thing. Francisco says, your contagious passion, unique humour and dedication to sim racing inspire thousands like me to dream bigger and push harder, both in the virtual world and real life. Keep being that humble legend who turns every lap into a story. Thank you, man. That's a really nice message. And yeah, I know for me, I've always wanted to do what I'm doing now, like be a racing driver. It's my childhood dream, and even when I couldn't do it properly, I just chased it relentlessly in sim, and it's led here. So perseverance works sometimes. So the true big dog, can't believe he's here. The true big dog. So congrats on 1 million. I remember when you were hitting 100K, what a grind it has been. YouTube, by definition, is just a grind, you know, but it's one that I do so in good spirits. I've always loved making videos about the things that I am passionate about, so I would still do it if I had like 10K subscribers. As long as someone enjoyed it, then I'd just keep doing it. Matic says, from a shed to a house, from a rig to a GT4, 1 million subs later, hats off to you. Also, a MOZA / Jimmy Broadbent wheel when? When MOZA? I would love to do that. I would love to have my own style sim wheel, but maybe I'll use this question as an in for a meeting. Who knows? Pyle says, congrats on 1 mil, you are the man. Your YouTube videos motivate everyone, not just me. Hey, don't forget there is more to come. One day you will hit 10 mil. Believe in you, you will do it. My guy, get making those alternative accounts. Start now, all right? 9 million. I have no idea how I do that. I never thought I'd get to 1 million. I'm happy with my 1 million for now. Lara says, just want to say a massive congrats on everything you've achieved. From the shed to the grid, you've inspired so many of us. Your passion, honesty, and genuine love for racing make you one of a kind. Keep pushing and never stop being you. Thank you. That's a very kind message. And yeah, for as long as I love what I'm doing, I'll do it. Easy as that. Emma says, hey Jimmy, I love the video where you race Max Verstappen. Man, he kicked my ass, I'm not going to lie. You are an amazing driver, and I hope the best for you, and wishes to read the comment. I am. I adore your passion for racing and to share it to the world. Tweets by a fan. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, racing Max was definitely a career highlight. The guy's rapid, and very cool to see him so interested in sim racing. Hopefully I get another chance to do so again soon. Blue Pill says, let's go, Jimmy. You went from your sim to real life raving, and it's truly inspiring. Keep up the good work, and congratulations on 1 million. Like you said, hopefully you get 10 billion subscribers. It's the next step. What will the 10 billion reward be from YouTube? Probably just own the company at that point, right? Samit says, I hope we will see you at the top. Keep going, buds. At MOZA Racing, when I first saw you, I wasn't very interested, but as time went by and I watched you and met people using your products, I realized that you were very high quality and user-oriented, and I've been very happy with your products ever since. You know, similar story for me. When I first heard of MOZA, I'm like, I don't know who this brand is. And then they sent me a wheel to try, and I was like, this is awesome. And also, the price attached to it as well, can't really beat it, you know, so definitely proud to be a MOZA ambassador. Leo says, Jimmy, your dedication to sim racing has been absolutely incredible to witness. From humble beginnings to becoming one of the most recognized names in the community, your passion and humor have brought people together from all over the world. Hitting 1 million is not just a number, it's a testament to how much you've impacted the scene. Thanks for always staying real and giving back. Here's to many more milestones ahead. Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, as you say, 1 million's a big number, and when I started sim racing, I don't think that existed. That sort of number could exist. I don't think that's, as I said earlier, entirely because of me, but it's been nice seeing sim racing grow up, you know. So Matty says, Jimmy, I found out about you through Steve. And I have to say, your content has really inspired me to not give up and keep on driving. Your Le Mans Ultimate stream made me fire up ACC and brush a whole 0.5 of my PB. Love you. Well done, man. Get after it. Keep chasing it. The way you improve in sim racing is just by doing that. But yeah, I mean, the progress only stops when you stop, you know. And finally, Lucas says, let's go, Jimmy. Let's go. I've been following your journey since 100K, and I've watched all of your vids ever since. You made me into an inspiring sim racer. I've learned so much from you. Even if I don't get the wheel, I'm still proud of you so much. Thank you, man. I mean, don't learn from me. I'm okay as a sim racer, but not one of the fastest. So maybe learn a bit, but not all of it. But hope you get that rig soon. So guys, thanks so much for all your questions, or some of them anyway. I think there were like 2,800 on the Instagram post. That was 32 of them. So sorry you can't get to all of them, but appreciate you nonetheless. And yeah, thank you for all the lovely comments.
All right, we got comments, we got memes, we got everything already, but we will go back to our main topic because obviously we're at Gamescom. It's all about sim racing. Jimmy, 3 easy tips how I can become a better sim racer like you.
Well, for you, there's no hope, unfortunately. So the tip
But
is
for everyone out there.
the tip is get out of it. But I guess so. Okay. So the tips I tend to give out, if I'm thinking about it, is first of all, like, don't be afraid of things like driver assists. They are there to help you learn. They're not meant to be a crutch forever. But like, if you're struggling with getting on the throttle or braking properly, then don't worry about it. Put the assist on. Just get a feel for it first, and then understand it from there. Like, there's no shame in that. So don't worry about that. Do that. Secondly, is you have so much time in sim racing. You can practice as much or as little as you like. Ultimately, though, the more laps you put in, the faster you're going to go. But the important thing is to not practice bad habits, which then leads me on to the third thing, which is if you're in a multiplayer session, just go watch a fast guy.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Watch someone good. Yeah. Like, follow them around, watch their go, see what they're breaking, what they're doing, because there's a reason they're quick. And if you can copy that perfectly, you'll be as quick, and then you can sort of go from there. Obviously, not quite as simple as that, but it's a way that I found a lot of speed in the past is by watching others and seeing how they're tackling the course.